A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English because it's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A+ way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English.
Hi everyone, welcome back to A+ English. I'm Pat.
And I'm Laura.
And we're on day 2 of our culture shock article where Lucia's getting culture shock as she visits the UK for Christmas. Now yesterday they were in a supermarket. Today though they'll be at Simon's house, and we'll foreshadow what we're going to talk about by asking, what do you know about British food?
Speaking of British food, one thing that comes to mind is fish and chips.
Yep.
We have it in Australia as well, right? It's like the ultimate comfort food with crispy fish and delicious fries, which we call chips, of course.
Chips,
And of course, there's the famous English breakfast with eggs, bacon, and sausages.
And everything else.
I know. A hearty way to start the day. Well, British food is all about tasty classics.
Yeah, but what it may not be about is a lot of variety in its terms of spices and tastes.
Exactly.
Our food is kind of bland. It's a bit in the middle. Our most interesting dishes are the ones we've stolen from other cuisines. British Indian food, a couple of quite well-known and popular Indian dishes like chicken tikka masala were invented by people in the UK.
Oh,
so we just steal, like the same with the language. We steal.
Ideas.
We take other people's languages,
right?
Make them English. So yeah, British food, it's not usually on the top of anybody's list when they say, oh, what food do you want to go for? Oh, I want Thai, I want Italian, I want Japanese stuff. And then who's going to say, oh yeah, I want British. You just look at them like, why? But yeah. It's still nice to go back to and have on occasion. So let's see what happens in part 2 of our article.
Culture shock! Simon goes home for Christmas. Warm-up question. What do you know about British food?
Lucia, come with me to open the door.
What was all that about?
Groups of carol singers go to people's houses on Christmas Eve.
Oh, that's fun. Wow, look at all this food. The roast turkey looks delicious.
I'm sure you'll love it. But before we eat, everyone pulls these crackers with the people beside them. So the scenario now is that Simon and Lucia are back at Simon's parents' house where they are staying. It's Christmas Eve and there's a knock at the door.
Knock,
What do you think that is?
Carol singers.
Yeah, it would certainly be that. Now, that's something that happened. Do you know any other specifically Christmas Eve traditions? Not Christmas Day, but the night before.
Christmas Eve?
Mm-hmm.
Like, give me more hints.
Just do you know any things that people would often do on Christmas Eve? Maybe kids hang up stockings. Yes, actually, that's true. Some people will go, there's going to be so much going on Christmas Day tomorrow with family, maybe church, stuff that's with kids playing with toys. We'll never get everyone to sit down together. So we'll do the big Christmas meal with the turkey or whatever on Christmas Eve. My family did that for several years. And it was just sometimes to do with which relatives were able to visit us on which day. So yeah, some families will do that. They'll have the big main meal on Christmas Eve instead. So the article continues with Simon saying, hey, Lucia, come with me to open the door. He's obviously excited. He knows what's going on. And Laura was right. We see in the picture, Simon opens the door and there's a group of carol singers standing outside. the carol singers are singing. Is this something you ever experience? I don't know if it happens in Australia because it's like hot in summer, but
yeah, but no, we have those actually. I've experienced it.
They're wearing shorts instead.
Yeah, exactly. I've both sung to someone because now I went to a Catholic school and being sung to. So it's a fun tradition that adds a personal touch to celebrations and kind of brings people closer together, and it expresses feelings and create memorable moments, I guess.
Yeah, I think I've done it as a kid. It's not quite like trick or treating, but it kind of is because often if you go to someone's house to sing carols, then the people in the house might go, "Oh, that was such a beautiful song. Here, have some treats, or have a little warm drink or something like that. Have a little gift." So yeah, everyone kind of feels good about it. And these days, because it's not happening as much, it makes people kind of feel good because they're like, "Oh, this is sort of like the old days. This is like Charles Dickens's Christmas kind of stuff.
Right.
Like Victorian London stuff."
For sure.
So we then see in the picture the carol singers walk away, and Lucia asks, "What was all that about?" This obviously does not happen in Taiwan, really. And Simon explains groups of carol singers go to people's houses on Christmas Eve. And it's often kids, but it might be a group of adults who do it. Sometimes it's organized through churches or schools. Lucia says, "Oh, that's fun." Okay, so we mentioned kind of the pop Christmas yesterday. Not my thing, but I do prefer the carols, the actual more traditional ones. Do you have any favorites?
I'm thinking of like the ones that I like when I was a kid. Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah, that's sort of pop. Borderline.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Jingle Bells, Silent Night, those kind of things, I'm not, I'm just like,
I do like Good King Wenceslas. It's like a story with a song on it. A song with a story talking about a king who's generous and kind of goes to take care of some people, that kind of thing. Okay, we now move on. The scenario says it's now Christmas Day and Simon's family are here for Christmas dinner. So we know his parents live there, but maybe Simon's got some brothers, sisters, cousins, their partners, their children. Everybody comes over. Simon is wearing a classic Christmas sweater, which usually means it's big, warm, kind of ugly, and has Christmas patterns on.
Some people might find them a little bit ugly, but I think they're quite cute.
And a lot of people wear this as part of the Christmas Day tradition. I mean, for one thing, it keeps them warm. It is winter.
Right.
But it's just part of the fun to see sometimes who's got the ugliest sweater.
Oh my gosh.
What are some other family Christmas Day traditions?
Like what we mentioned a little bit, exchange gifts, and I would watch Christmas movies.
Okay, like traditional ones.
And I remember playing Secret Santa with friends. Yeah, back in school.
We had a game where this was what we do. If the kids would start off, they'd open their stocking presents first.
Oh, yeah.
Just a few things. We would then we'd go down for breakfast. We'd have a look under our Christmas tree, and you could look at it for about 5 seconds.
What?
And then you had to guess how many presents were under the tree in total.
And then the winner?
The winner got an extra, small present. It was just and so you'd count as everybody opened them up. It was just an extra thing to just
Super
do
cute.
for part of the whole game.
And
to
it's
kind
a
of
surprise as well.
just a little prize at the end, And of course, it's family, so we're competing. Who's the smartest?
That's right.
Who gets to boast about being the winner?
Okay.
Okay. The article. So they're sitting down for dinner here. The article has Lucia saying, "Wow, look at all this food. The roast turkey looks delicious." So what do you look forward to at Christmas meals?
So many things.
Yeah.
Roast turkey, glazed ham, prime rib. Pumpkin pie is one of my favorite desserts.
Christmas? Okay.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like a leftover thing from Thanksgiving idea.
Okay.
Yeah, and hot chocolate with marshmallows.
I like Yorkshire puddings. Which are those? That might be another article someday, but it's like a puff pastry that you can use to kind of soak up some of the gravy. I do like just the sort of different, vegetables. I love the roast potatoes at Christmas.
Oh, yummy.
That sort of stuff. But yeah, the cranberry sauce as a side to give it that little extra flavor.
Yes.
And Simon says to Lucia, "I'm sure you'll love it." And he stops her. He says, "But before we eat, everyone pulls these crackers with the people beside them." Of course, you pull them, something goes bang. We see in the picture, everyone at the table is pulling a Christmas cracker with the person sitting next to them. Yeah, you usually just kind of go to the left or whatever. And inside there'll be a little gift, something like that. There'll be a paper hat that you can put on that probably gets destroyed by the end of the meal because they're so flimsy. And there's what we'll get to in a moment, a bad joke. But what do you think of this tradition? Do you enjoy this one?
I love it. Yeah, it adds a fun and surprise element to the holiday celebrations. Yeah, and those cheesy jokes and the tiny toys, that's all part of the festive fun.
Yeah, the hat. I like the hats. It does make things seem colorful. It's what sets Christmas apart from, you know, family visit or other people. It's just kind of the silliness, really.
I love it.
And then there's the jokes, which we'll talk about after we take a short break. Now put on your paper hat and read your crackers joke to everyone.
Why can't a bike stand up by itself? It's too tired.
Oh, that was shocking. Let's eat, but make sure you save room for Christmas pudding. It's a special dried fruit dessert. We set it on fire before we eat it. British versus
American English.
shocking.
Terrible.
So Simon tells Lucia now, put on your paper hat, which she does, and read your crackers joke to everyone. Now, this is a tradition. Everyone reads out their joke. They're not good jokes, as we will see. Lucia says, why can't a bike stand up by itself? The answer, it's too tired.
Ha ha.
Yeah. And Simon says, that was shocking. Yeah, which in the UK, shocking just means really bad. Not necessarily surprising, just like, oh, that was so awful. So too tired, does it mean like, oh, very weak and tired?
Or like it has two tires.
Or it has two tires, two wheels on the bike. It's so bad. Yeah, all of these jokes in the Christmas crackers generally are about very, very cold joke, play on word jokes.
That's right.
To be honest, when I was a kid, I loved them.
Ooh.
When I was sort of in my teens and 20s, I hated them. Now I'm starting to come back around to just, you know, kind of like them
I sort of get that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's get on with the article. The picture shows everyone laughs while wearing paper crowns. Yeah, these hats are crown-like. They kind of have up and down bits. That's a thing about the Christmas hats. So then Simon says, let's eat, but make sure you save room for Christmas pudding. And he explains what that is. It's a special dried fruit dessert. We set it on fire before we eat it. Why do you think it's set on fire?
For tradition, and I think the flaming of the Christmas pudding is said to symbolize the warmth and light of Christ. I don't know if it's that for sure. And I guess it's a bit of excitement. Yeah, it's like you're kind of like looking forward to, you know, how the dessert is served.
Yeah, there is another actual practical reason because you pour very strong alcohol on it first. Brandy usually, like which is made from like apples and or the grape wine, sometimes apples. But if you don't burn it, then the alcohol will stay on there. But if you burn the alcohol off with fire, you get the taste, but not the alcohol. So that is why you would burn it. And yeah, it does look cool and there's probably some symbolism behind it. Yeah, that's one of many popular Christmas desserts. My favorite one it's called a Yule log. It's basically a chocolate sponge cake that's one of those that's wrapped up with chocolate icing on top and then like white frosting. So it looks like
so sweet.
It looks like it's like a chunk of wood out in the snow, and you would decorate it with little robins and stuff.
Okay, that sounds Christmassy.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so next part of the article, we see the picture, right?
Yeah, a Christmas pudding is brought out and set on fire. Okay, so that's pretty much the end of the article. We'll just wrap up with any other cool Christmas traditions we want to mention.
I was just going to say that Christmas is not just getting presents, it's also about giving. Yeah, so maybe many people choose to volunteer or donate to charity during the holiday season as a way to, I guess, give back to their communities.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I've got a group of friends who would always have a big house party on Christmas Eve. That was one. One thing my parents did was called Christmas tree presents, where everybody would have a themed present that would be on the Christmas tree that would be given out at the end of the meal. It would often be like everybody's getting like a pair of socks or everybody's getting like a small something that's themed. Everybody gets the same kind of thing, but it's a bit more personalized. So it's just a little extra nice gift that we remember that specific Christmas by.
Now everyone wants to go to your house for Christmas.
It's a fun time, let's be fair. All right, I'm now going to hand over to you for some teaching, and when I come back, I'll be doing the review time with Laura. See you in a moment.
哇，今天听到了很多的这个传统的英国的 Christmas 要吃的东西，我真的觉得好饿哦。那首先我们要看到就是在形容食物很美味，很好吃，我们可以用 delicious 这个形容词。当然口语我们可以用 tasty or it's out of this world， 或是口语还有更可爱的说法，因为 delicious 太长，他们会说 it's delish。好，我们来看一下我们要怎么用 delicious。The chocolate cake was so delicious that I couldn't resist having a second slice. 巧克力蛋糕这实在太美味了，我忍不住要再来一片哦。单字例句怎么用呢？ At lunch, Anita ate a delicious hamburger and some French fries. They were great. Anita 吃了一个美味的汉堡和一些薯条当做午餐，它们非常好吃哦。再来就是 read 这个动词，就是有朗读的意思。那它的动词三态要注意发音 read, read, read， 虽然它拼的是一样哦。For example, I can't wait to read the next book in the series. I'm so excited to find out what happens next. 我迫不及待要读这系列中的下一本书，我非常兴奋，想要知道接下来会发生什么事情哦。看一下单字例句。Alice always reads her kids a story before bed every day. Alice 每天都会念一则睡前故事给她的小孩听。So sweet. 还有呢，我们看到的 room， 注意哦，在本课时当作空间的意思，它是一个名词。For example, I always have room for dessert, no matter how full I am from the main course. 无论我这个主菜吃的有多饱，我总是肚子有空间留给甜点啦。单字例句又是怎么用呢？ I have enough room in my car to drive 4 people to the restaurant. 我车子的空间够载4个人去餐厅。最后我们看到的是 dessert， 注意它有2个 s 哦，不要念成一个 s 的 desert， 那是沙漠，2个 s 是甜点的意思 dessert 发音也是不同的，它是一个名词，像是 homemade apple pie with vanilla ice cream is my all-time favorite dessert。就是自己做的这个苹果派搭配香草冰淇淋是我一直以来最爱的甜点。单字例句 Jack had noodles for lunch and ice cream for dessert. Jack 午餐吃了面，甜点吃了冰淇淋。那今天大家有听懂那个英国那个冷笑话双关语吗？ Why can't a bike stand up by itself? It's too tired. 因为2轮的 too tired 跟太累了 too tired 是谐音。那当然 Laura 今天就要来帮大家整理一下一些冷笑话，大家可能要准备好这个夹克哦。像是 What do you call a deer with no eyes? 一个没有眼睛的鹿叫做什么呢？答案是No idea, no idea 是什么呢？大家有没有觉得这个好笑的点在笑什么？因为 idea, I-D-E-A 是想法或是点子。那如果你要说不知道啊，就是 no idea。可是它听起来很像没有鹿的眼睛，就是鹿是 deer, D-E-R， 眼睛是 eye， 所以这个笑点在于 no idea 发音跟 no 没有眼睛的鹿 no idea 很像。 是不是觉得很冷了？好，再来这个也很冷。Which day of the week is the best day to go and see the dentist？ 一星期中哪一天最适合看牙医？答案是 Tuesday， 星期二。大家想说为什么星期二要去看？为什么不是别天？因为它跟 Tooth就是牙齿日有谐音哦。有没有点下雪的感觉？我知道，赶快穿外套好不好？那常常我们会说一点都不好笑的冷笑话，我们可以用 bad jokes 来表示哦。那或者是大家可能会觉得说 jokes that are not funny 就好了，就是直白这样翻，就是不好笑不好笑的笑话。那其实英文也有一种叫做 dry humor， 就是很干的幽默吗？就是有一种人他讲笑话有没有都保持很严肃的表情，所以观众可能会觉得说好冷哦。所以有时候大家可能会觉得 dry jokes 也是很难笑吼。好啦，听完这些笑话，我们还是来进行我们的 review time 才是最重要的哦。
Review time.
Okay, so during our break there, Laura has got started on our review time game of Christmas Pictionary. She's drawn something related to Christmas, and I'm going to try and figure out what it is.
I know it's ugly, but
okay,
it's not a snail.
Okay, it's a question mark. You don't know what you're... Okay, no, it's not a question.
It's Christmas themed.
It's Christmas themed.
It's sweet.
Is it like Santa's hat going round, or is it part of the sleigh that Santa rides on?
No, if I could color this, it should be white, green, and red.
Oh, it's a big kind of fat candy cane that's put on the tree. There we go. That is indeed what it is. Okay, that's all the time we have today. Thanks for watching. Merry Christmas, everybody, from everyone at A+ English. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Magic Box.
Coco 就是嘉文，嘉文就是 Coco。迄个查某竟然想要用假头毛甲我骗。She disguised herself and tried to fool me. 哇，王妍希，这么巧的查某囡仔是无可能互这款假头毛骗的啦。哎呀，我们中文里面呢说自己怎么样，自己英文里呢该怎么说啊？哎呀，它呢跟着不同人称，它也会有不同的用法哦。当主词与受词为同一人事物的时候呢，受词需要使用主词的反身代名词来表示某人事物自己。反身代名词就是我们中文说的自己。例如呢，我对 Coco 有恨哦。我想要报仇，我呢就假装我生病了，自言自语。I kept talking to myself， 我一直跟我自己讲话。句子里面的呢 myself 就是我们今天的主角反身代名词喽。刚刚有说呢，它会随着不同人称有变化，所以呢，我们先讲一下反身代名词的长相。基本上它们都是 self 结尾的。例如呢，我自己 myself。你自己 yourself， 他自己，注意到呢是男生的他还是女生的他咯？男生的他 himself， 而女生的他 herself。东西或是动物的它 itself。我们呢注意到呢变成复数呢后面 self self 也变成了呢 selves selves yourselves。你们自己，至于他们自己呢，我们就说 themselves，OK， 就是这样使用哦。至于呢，它呢要怎么放在句子里面呢？反身代名词可以呢放在主词或是受词之后，意思呢就是亲自或是本人。例如呢是放在主词之后呢，我们就强调主词。例如呢，他喜欢自己动手做。He himself made all this furniture. OK， 这个时候呢，反身代名词呢，我们放在主词之后。如果呢，我们是放在受词之后呢，我们就是要强调受词了。例如呢，我的邻居小美啊，哎呀，说她看到了这个韩国欧巴孔刘本人，兴奋得不得了哦。She saw the actor himself on the street yesterday。这边的反身代名词呢，就是要强调 the actor 这个演员呢，他本人。除此之外啊，反身代名词还有很多惯用的用法，也补充给大家哦。例如呢，我是一个独立自主的女性 ，I do everything by myself。by myself 就表示独自哦，自己来。另外很常看到的呢，还要 enjoy oneself， 就是呢要祝你玩得愉快了。还有呢 ，DIY 自己动手做。其实呢，就是 do it yourself 的缩写哦。那再来呢，别客气 ，help oneself to something。这个片语呢，就有自己来吧这样的意思，别跟我客气了。以上呢，就是我们反身代名词的用法，非常实用哦。